Hi everyone, I'm Allie.
And I'm Bridget.
And we are talking magnets today. So we're going to be looking at some of the different magnets that we have. And we're not talking magnetic hematite or anything, we're talking clasps. And as you can see here, everything's just sticking together, sticking to the pliers, sticking to everything. So this should be an interesting little product spotlight. But there's a lot. These literally are all jumbled. So there's a bunch of different kinds of magnets that we have that all want to stick together. And we have some advice for when to use it and when not to use it. So if you happen to work with anything that is metal, you may not want to do a magnetic clasp and stick that on your bracelet, because I've actually seen instances where people have said they lost their bracelet because it's stuck to the cash drawer or it's stuck to something at work. So keep in mind, some of these are really, really strong, and they will stick to things. Especially like this big, huge flat guy. We can't even bring them on screen because they'll all pick up to it. But some of the different ones that we have are glue-in. So this one's a glue-in bar. Some of the other ones that we have, it's suggested usually when you're opening the magnet, rather than pulling back, you can kind of slide to the side. They're generally harder to get open when they're not.
A lot easier.
Yeah, sliding to the side.
Slide it, or just kind of open like a clamshell.
Yeah, and sometimes it's way easier once you actually have something on it to actually open it, rather than just kind of opening it as it's sitting here. This one actually is a pretty cool Clasps Garden one. We have it in pearl and some iridescence. And as you see them all sticking together, wanted to say kind of what we recommend for gluing in. So if you have any of the glue-in ones that you're doing, or if by any chance you get to the fact that your magnet by accident, after a while, it just kind of pulls away from the glue, that can happen. So Bridget's favorite, Loctite.
Yes.
So just super glue it up and glue it back in. So say that magnet kind of pops out there. Again, you're pulling it and it's literally just glued in there. It can pop, and sometimes you'll notice, oh, both my magnets are on one side because they're stuck to the other. Go ahead and just kind of glue it back in. That kind of happens naturally, and why a lot of our clasp suppliers hate working with magnets, because they're awkward.
Yeah, that's true. But the nice thing about magnets are, I don't know about you all, but I always fumble with the lobsters and, you know, that little tiny little switch that you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy with the magnets to...
Man, this one's a strong one. Okay, and looking at them, one thing that I did want to say with the magnets and near the clasps too, is that a lot of times right where you're connecting to magnets gets a lot of wear and tear, because you end up pulling on the bracelet more so than the clasp. With other ones, you know, you have your lobster clasp, you take it on, you take it off. The magnets, you tend to actually pull along the thread ends. So make sure you are using some wire guards, super helpful, or if you're using wiring, to use a little bit thicker wire. Ugh. And then, I know, as I pull them apart. And then what we wanted to mention too, we have, and who knows now where our jump rings went. There's one, here's the other. We have a little suggestion for you. If you are working with magnets and you have a magnet that maybe isn't as strong as you thought it would be, test it out before, because the weight of your bracelet is really going to affect how that magnet works, how it's used. And you can see here we have some jump rings. Bridget, actually, you just did a video with a bunch of jump rings. So what you can do is take some thinner chain that's not going to, say, necessarily look bad with the project. And you want to open up one of those if you can. Of course, I gave you one pliers. Let me see if I can find another. Here's a round nose if you want a little help to open it. And she's going to do it off screen, because otherwise it's literally going to stick to the magnets. And what you can do is open up, I really can't get this one open. This is a really strong one for those of you looking. But you can open up the little jump ring.
I have it on there.
Yeah, here's your fun. Go ahead and try. We'll watch you try to join this in. So put it onto the actual magnet, loop it on, close it up, and then have it so that it's big enough that you can actually fit it over your wrist with the actual magnet open. This is now, our pliers are going to be magnetized. Yeah, this is like a fun, I knew when we set these down, this was going to be an interesting little spotlight. So now you have your chain on one side. Go ahead and cut so you can just kind of get it over your wrist. You'll cut it, and then you'll attach the jump ring to the other side. Now, when you do have it closed, then it's got to pinch my skin.
You have a little bit of a
bit of an opening and a little bit chain. But it's better than losing your bracelet.
Yeah, and you can choose like a if you want like a kind of fancier chain, so it looks a little better.
It can add a little bit.
Yeah,
add a little bit to the design. The other thing to keep in mind is necklaces. Yay or nay on magnets?
I like them on necklaces.
I actually like in my clasps as focal pieces. Kimry actually used one of the magnets as the front of the necklace, so that it's not as much pull. And she just had a light chain. Yeah, put them in the front of the necklace. The thing that you want to be aware of, and like I said before, as we pick these all up, is, oh my goodness, these multi-strand ones are hard to open. Is that as you're looking at them, and it's nice when they have that little kind of lock on each side. Think about the weight of the beads and the weight of the project and make sure that your magnet is going to be cooperative.
Yes, that's a good point, because if you are using a heavier necklace, if you're doing like gemstones or something, you do want to make sure that magnet is going to be strong enough to hold it.
Yeah, because with something the bracelet wise, usually you're going to have no problem with magnets, but necklaces, just make sure that you have enough strength, and you can tell right away when you're kind of opening and closing the magnet how much strength it has to it. So with our magnetic fun, as we get to all of the different magnets sticking together, our suggestion is test out the magnet before you put it on the product. That way you know what it is. If it happens that after a while your magnet sticks to one side or the other, you can glue it back in there and you'll be good to go for a little bit. And that's also the glue that I recommend to glue into actual clasps if you're using that. And then, yeah, other than that, try them out. If you're working their machinery, keep in mind, take off your magnets. Or if you're going through airport security, take off your magnets, all that good stuff. But they're a fun addition to jewelry, easy for those that have trouble getting on and off bracelets, and really good for bracelets, I would say, more so than necklaces. Necklaces, again, if you bring them towards the front, it takes the tension off of that weight and it makes that focus, because we have some really, really pretty magnets. So we are going to have fun unsticking all of these magnets together, putting them back in bags. And remember, if you need any of the magnets, below us in the video, there's a little link that you can shop with us online. Also below there,
like and subscribe so you can get notifications with any updates we have, and some more videos and tutorials for you.
And let us know exactly what you like about magnets, kind of your go-to, whether or not you use them, what you use them on, and what experience you have had as well. Thanks so much for watching, and have fun de-sticking and working with your magnetic clasps.
Bye.